Most people think high intelligence looks a certain way. Quick answers, confident opinions, an easy command of the room. But that's not what the research shows. In fact, some of the clearest signs of an unusually high IQ are the ones that go completely unnoticed, even by the person who has them. They look like quirks, like overthinking, like being a little strange, but they're not. Here are 5 rare habits that quietly separate highly intelligent minds from everyone else. Intelligence isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need to. What it does instead is operate quietly, running in the background, noticing things, questioning things, connecting things that most people never bother to connect. The habits we're about to go through aren't the ones you'll find on a standardized test. They live somewhere deeper than that. You might already recognize some of them in yourself. Habit 1. They simulate conversations before they happen. Before a difficult conversation, a confrontation, a negotiation, even a simple phone call, they've already run it a dozen times in their head. They've heard what the other person might say. They've thought through how they'll respond. They've considered the angles. To most people, this looks like anxiety, and sometimes it is. But psychology tells a different story. Research on cognitive rehearsal shows this kind of mental simulation is a sign of high working memory, the brain's ability to hold multiple variables and play them forward simultaneously. It's not worrying, it's modeling. Highly intelligent people don't just react to the world, they simulate it first. Habit 2. They feel most comfortable at the edges of a topic. Average thinkers want the answer. They want to know what something is, file it away, and move on.
Highly intelligent people are drawn to the edges, the parts of a subject where certainty starts to break down. They're more interested in what we don't know than what we do. Psychology refers to this as tolerance for ambiguity, a trait consistently linked to higher cognitive ability. People who need closure early tend to stop thinking sooner. The highly intelligent person is comfortable sitting in the gray zone, sometimes for a long time. It's not indecision, it's intellectual honesty. Habit 3. They are disproportionately bothered by inconsistency. When two things don't add up, even things that seem small and unimportant, they can't let it go. Someone says something that contradicts what they said last week. A news headline doesn't align with the data it's based on. A plan contains a step that quietly breaks its own logic. Most people miss it entirely. The highly intelligent person feels it immediately, like a splinter. This sensitivity is tied to what psychologists call integrative complexity, the ability to detect structural flaws in information. It's one of the strongest cognitive markers of raw intelligence. People around them often find this exhausting, but the world tends to need it. Habit 4. They find it hard to turn their brain off. Lying in bed at night, watching a movie, sitting in a meeting that doesn't require much of them, the mind is still going. Thoughts arrive uninvited. Connections form between unrelated things. Questions appear that no one asked. This is sometimes called spontaneous cognition, the brain's default mode network firing even during rest. Studies show this network is significantly more active in people with high IQ, and it plays a crucial role in creative insight and problem solving. The inability to switch off isn't a flaw in the system. In many cases, it is the system.
Some of the best thinking happens when no one's trying to think. Habit 5. They revise their own opinions, often. To a casual observer, this can look like inconsistency, or weakness, or a lack of conviction. It's none of those things. Highly intelligent people update their beliefs when new evidence arrives. They don't feel the need to defend what they thought last year if what they think today is more accurate. This is called epistemic flexibility, and research consistently finds it's one of the clearest predictors of intellectual ability and of good judgment. Most people cling to what they already believe because changing your mind feels like losing. Highly intelligent people experience it differently. To them, changing your mind is just updating the model. It's not weakness, it's precision. Conclusion. Intelligence, at its core, isn't a collection of facts you've memorized. It's not how fast you talk, or how confident you sound, or how many degrees you've collected. It's a particular relationship with reality. A discomfort with loose ends, a hunger for accuracy, a willingness to sit inside a question long after everyone else has walked away. The habits we talked about today don't look impressive from the outside. They're quiet, internal, easy to mistake for flaws, but they are, in many ways, the whole thing. Here's a question worth sitting with. Which of these habits have you always thought was a weakness, but might actually be something else entirely? Leave it in the comments. There are no wrong answers.